So if you want to build yourself your own concrete countertop platform, then this will be everything. The shuttering, the pouring of the concrete, including blah, 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 blah. So this is how we did it. We're not going to do it all in one day. We're just going to do one section at a time. We're going to do this bit first here, pour the concrete tomorrow, polish it up, see what the customer's specifications are for the actual finish of the concrete. But first of all, we've got to do some propping up for the inside, and we've got to do some shuttering around the outside. So like I said, we're going to do half of it today. There's the other half over there. I've done a bit of a shutter already, but that was just to make up height. That isn't actually the concrete yet. So I got some king span. I've chopped up here, which I got to prop up, otherwise there would have been a gap like that underneath. So first of all, we've got to prop that up, and then we'll do the shutter around the side. First of all, I've got to chop the supports. So I'm going to chop myself 4 of these per board. I'm going to stick 2 in each corner, and I'm going to slightly angle them. So when I want to knock it out later, I bang out the bottom and it falls out nice and easy. So this part is probably the trickiest part, is to get these props underneath to wedge it up. So what I'll do, because this is such a snug fit, I'll put this in first. I'll just poke my head underneath and just put the props up. But yeah, good way of doing it. Props underneath. Hopefully you can see it. So what I've done, I've stuck a tile on the top here just to disperse that weight a little bit more. So that's the one side of the prop sorted out. I'm going to put the other piece of king span in the gap. Nice snug fit. The snugger the fit, the better. As a prop falls over inside, lol. Well, I've got to say, that bit is not the fun part. So that's the tricky bit done. It's getting the supports underneath to hold it all up, because you don't want to be pouring the concrete, then your supports give way and it goes through. Then you've got to start again from scratch. So that's prepped for now. Tomorrow I'm going to screw some 150mm timber to here, and then I'm going to stick a plastic fascia trim to that to get to our heights for the concrete, and stick some concrete reinforcement in there as well to wrap around, and then we're ready to pour. So the insulation's in now, that's all nice and solid. There was a little gaps on the end, so what I'm just going to do is put a little bit of damp proof course, put it over where any of the gaps are, and it should be fine. So now this is the frames bolted to the wall. This is where the overhang's actually going to come out. It's going to stick past the wall about 50mm. So I've got a piece of plastic fascia board here. I'm going to rest on top. I put a couple of screws in to get the level. It's slightly tilting forward, so I made a little angle thing to rest on it, stop it from tilting forward from when I'm actually screwing it. So I'll go around the outside now, and I'll put the form in, then I'll pop to the local builders merchants, get some steel, some all-in concrete, start pouring and get it nice and smooth. So we screwed the fascia boards to the wall now, so that's our top of our concrete we've got to get to. I just bought some steel. I got some spacers as well. So got those under there, so that's good. Just got to tie that bit of steel together at the end. We're not going to pour any concrete today because it's already 1:30 something, and it's due to pour down rain shortly. So it's got to be a half decent conditions to do it. So we'll crack on in the morning. Fresh job, out with the old. This trowel's seen its day. Nice new shiny trowel. So whilst I'm pointing here as well, when I'm laying the concrete, I got to vibrate it. So this big lintel goes virtually right the way across there. I'm going to drill that with a blunt drill bit. Same here with the timber at the bottom. and the fascia to get all the bubbles out. Right, this is the texture of the concrete. Not too dry, not too wet, but vibratable. So I got my first mix on, which is a ballast mix, which basically means chippings and sand already in, and the ratio to that is 4 to 1 bag of cement. So I got my first mix in there. Now I just got to double check everything's correct before I start, because as soon as you start, that's it, you're done. Most important bit is this bit, spot on level. I checked the steels are good. The corner pieces here are good. I put bits of any little gaps where when I vibrate it, the cement can come through. I blocked it up with some damp proof, of course. So, just a hairline little gap. Just a hairline gap. Right, enough blah, blah, blah. Let's start pouring the concrete. Where's my fucking trowel? Come on now, don't start playing flipping where's the trowel game. Looks like we're playing where's the trowel game. Ah, there it is. Fuck's sake. Right in front of my eyes. So you can do one barrow full at a time, spread it nice and evenly. So you're not putting too much weight on the supports at one end, you're spreading the weight. Just realised something I'd forgotten already. Some fairy liquid. I'm going to rub it on my hands, and I'm going to rub it on the plastic fascia just so it comes off nice and easy from the concrete. And it's good for your hands too. Let the hands that you dish do your dishes be light green fairy liquid. Fill in the blank if you know it. So I got one more mix to go on the top, but I want to vibrate it first. I'm going to spread this around evenly, fill up all the gaps. Then I'll get my drill and we'll send some vibrations through it. So I'm not trying to vibrate it all in one go. Well, the shutter's holding out well. Just my luck now. When I vibrate it, it'll go. So the drill bit I'm going to use is a big fat chunky one. So it's not going to drill into it. It'll just bounce over the lintel and vibrate on the board and get all the bubbles. That's the plan anyway. Right, I know here is 9-inch block work. So if I'm 4 inches back, it's going to vibrate nicely. Nope. I stick it on a hammer. And as I'm doing it, I can see the bubbles coming up to the top. I'll move the camera for a better position in a minute. I can't vibrate the middle because the middle is the king spanner, just go straight through it. So I'm going to vibrate the wood now on the side. Yep, I can see lots of bubbles where the bubbles are coming through. So quite happy with that. So I've just given it another little bit of a vibrate now as well. So we got about another 25, 30 mil to go in. So let's start getting her in. As it turns out, I had just the right amount. So if you want to know how much concrete actually went in here, it was 4 mixes of 4-to-1. So that would be 400 kg of all-in ballast, 4 bags of cement, that would be 100 kg. So that's how much went in there. Now I just got to smooth it all off. I'm going to tap the sides, get a little bit of vibration in there, smooth it up. So I just run my level across it, just make it all nice and flat for when they put the appliances on, they're not going to wobble. Fair play to the customers, they're always coming out with coffee. Got to have a brew when you're working. Right, you can let this cure now for a bit and clean up the mixer, clean up the floor, and I can get back to it and just give another little touch up. Right, well, it's been a few hours now, we just popped out for a bit. So I'm just going to give it one final little smooth up. I'm going to run my eye across it first. And yeah, looks nice. Possible little bump, but there, let's have a look. Yeah, small little bump. Right, that's it for today now. We'll come back tomorrow, we'll take the shutter off and we'll see how good it vibrated, because I want all this here down here to be smooth. So it looks nice and smooth, so now I'm just going to take off the supports and then we'll see how well that all panned out. So the timber's off the wall now. And there we go, there's the finish. There is a couple of air pockets on it, but they can be filled up with cement. And by the way, those are the screws I was using, bolt to the wall. Testing testicles, and there we go, we got the next bit in. So yeah, a little bit of faffing about, getting everything nicely done. So much easier the propping up on this one. I got a couple of trestles. Stuck some boards across it, got my heights, happy campers. So back in tomorrow now to concrete it. So I got my castles in this morning, just been at Travis Perkins to pick those up. Steel's ready. Let's take it on time lapse, shall we? Right, Monday morning, time to pull the shutter off. Yeah, a nice smooth edge here. Lovely jubbly. Happy days. There we go, hope you like that. That's how I do my concrete tops. Not that I've done that many countertops before. Actually, saying that, this is my first countertop. But it's pretty much the way I would have done it anyway. I do notice in the States, you do it a lot thinner, about that thick, about 50 mil. I'm not quite sure about that. We've gone for 100 mil. We haven't put mesh in it, we put steel. So it should be twice as strong, I would say. So it's still green at the moment, so I get plenty of time now to polish up those edges. We'll do that another day. So it's that time of day. We're finally getting round to actually polishing up the concrete countertop. But I got one thing to say. My customer's been led down the wrong road because he's been watching these videos of concrete countertops, American versions. They're not bloody concrete. That's not concrete. I don't know what stuff you're putting in it. You'd be using a whisk. Concrete, to me, and probably the customer, is stuff houses are built on. Foundations, concrete, aggregate, cement, sharp sand, thick material. Not that stuff you lot are promoting. Absolute balls. This is concrete. It's got reinforced steel in it as well. Not that flipping flexible mesh rubbish. That's crap, that is. So anyway, rant over. Actually, let's show you a little bit I polished up already with the concrete. I've got to give a shout out from Phil from Pulvex Diamond. Here's his details here. He's been supplying me from blades, discs for years. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to use this one here on the left because they just want a plain smooth concrete finish. So we're going to use these puppies here and make it nice and shiny. So if you want anything, speak to Phil. Phil's the man. So here's the proper concrete countertop. And that's what it looks like polished up. You can see the aggregate. The customer didn't want to see the aggregate. He just thought it would just be plain smooth grey. Rant over. Back to work. So, we got that one and we got that one. We're going to do this one first. Polishing pads. 200 grain, grit, whatever. Shove it on an angle grinder. Chuck some water on it first. But all I really want to take off, I just want to take off the sandy bit at the top, which we would call the fat. So I just want to take a little bit off. Then if we need to take more off, then we take some more off. Right, let's get the hose on it, let's wet her up. And we'll get some better angles as well whilst I'm doing it. But yeah, give it a good soak in first. Keep the dust down, because I haven't got a mask on. Because I hate wearing bloody masks. So I'm just starting to see the aggregate coming through now, which is nice. Let's give it another go. Relatively smooth already. And we'll just go down to a different size grit grinder. Right, I'm not going to get too carried away. I just want to see what one area looks like first. So I know if I'm going to have the happy face on whilst I'm doing it. See, that's what I would say polished concrete countertop looks like. You can actually see you can actually see the aggregate and stones in it. So here we go, that's the top. So you can see some of the aggregates come through and our little holes come through. But this is just the first blast. I will have to go over again several more times. So this will be the next one now. I think I will do these edges first whilst that blade is still on. So I'll do that first, then I'll give it one going over, see how it looks, then I'll stick another disc on and crack on again. So quick conclusion, using these things straight away, they just get ripped to bits. I got a new one there. They just get ripped to bits instantly. So I've kept this blade on for a bit longer. Phil from Pulvex Diamond, you on these things, he's great. So what I've learned is don't wet it down too much. You wet it down too much and for some reason wants to rip it out a bit more. So I've only lightly sprayed it and I've just gone back and forth. Actually, you can watch. This is mostly what I've just been doing for the last 5 minutes. Basically, that's getting the bulk of it off. When I got the bulk of it off, then I can fart round with the other one. Yes, I know, I haven't got a mask on. The masks I have are shit. All masks are shit. I know you're supposed to smoke a fag when you got a mask on. Well, anyway, this is what's come off it. I can crush it in my hand. And it forms a ball. It's make sure it's cement, I suppose. But that's already looking good. That's already looking good. I've actually pretty much got down to what I'm after. Now I'm just going to clean it off, hose it down, wax on, wax off. Blah blah blah. So that little pile there, that's from just 2 passes. But I've already got a nice bit into it. So I'm not going to go through too many of those bloody thingies. Right, as this is slightly drier, I'm going to use a mask. So, you happy now? You happy now I got a bloody mask on? Definitely better not being too wet as well. Ugh. I bet you can't see shit. Right, where's the camera? Where's the lens? There. There. You put these things on nice and central And the centrifugal force moves the buggers. And when you're doing it, it's going all over the pissing shop. Right, so I'm going to let the dust settle and have a fag. Nicotine addiction fixed. Let's get back on it. Oh, hang on. I suppose I should put my pissing mask back on, shouldn't I? Where is it? Oh, check me out. I'm looking for it. It's on my pissing head. Right, stop swearing. Right, let's move you guys back over here again. Blah, 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 blah. Well, you definitely think watering it down is a good idea, but actually it's not. I had a bit of a damp patch by here, and it was really flipping awkward, flipping smooth off. The grinder just wanted to bounce up down on it, but that's nice. I'm happy with that. I do think I could give this side another go though. Now I've learned a little bit from that side, don't wet it too much. So we shall do this side again, this time with a mask on. So otherwise you keyboard warriors will be going, ah blah, he's not wearing a mask. And the last thing I want to do when I come home from work and I answer all the comments is people moaning saying I haven't got a bloody mask on. Right, let's do it. Can you see me over here? Yeah. Actually, I shall do it from the other side so you're not looking in the back of my ass. But apparently I do have a nice ass. So that's a bit smoother. And yes, that is a made-up word. If it's smoother, then it's better. Right, I'm going to change a disc now for another one. So that was a 50. Let's stick on a 200. So that's a 50. That's what feel of a 50 feels like. Let's give her a quick going over with a 200 and see if I can see any difference. Yeah, a little bit. So, might as well do it. Do you want to see a bit in slow-mo? Yeah, why not? Alright, it's enough talking bollocks, I'm going to get on with it. That's your lot. Smooth as a whistle. To a certain degree. Depends how much you want to spend flipping giving it all that, innit? But apart from that, it looks great. I'm glad the way it came out. I wish I wasn't fooled by the American version of build your own countertop by using plastic mesh and some stuff which isn't actually concrete, so I say concrete countertop. Concrete is what you put houses on, not that stuff you flipping do. That's shit. Right, well, it looks great for now. The next time you see this, it shall be completely finished. So that's it, the end of the video. This is what it looked like in the end. I think it came out really good. We got ourselves a nice cooking appliance here as well. Little mini pizza oven for banging them pizzas together. Lovely little serving area here to feed all your friends and stuff. I think it all panned out quite bloody well. Enjoy, like, subscribe, see you soon, bye.